my way home from work, and the whole ride home, I'm thinking, quit my job, get food stamps. Quit my job, get food stamps. If I quit my job, get food stamps. If I quit my job, get food stamps. Go to work,
Her caption says, "Quit my job and get food stamps."
get food stamps. Go to work. I'm trying to see what's more important, me going to work, getting a check, or me staying home, getting my food stamps. Because I don't get food stamps no more than I work. And I got 4 kids to feed, so I'm trying to see if I quit my job, if I get my food stamps back. Like, do the money outweigh the food stamps? Quit my job and get my food stamps back, or go to work and get my check and spend my money on food. Okay. So I can go to work.
This is the math they be doing. Notice she said she got 4 kids. This is the math that they do. And the food stamps are always going to be in the equation. Ma'am, take food stamps out of the equation. And let's see what type of combinations and possibilities we can come up with then. I think you'll find that there's vastly more possibilities and alternatives once you actually just take that out of the equation.
Do overtime and buy food, or I can quit my job and just get food stamps and then ain't gotta worry about that. Well, I gotta worry about my bills getting paid. I kind of see why people sit on their ass, because the government are really give you good food stamps, but that's about it. They gonna pay. So I don't want that lousy ass. I mean, I ain't gonna say lousy because some people need Lord forgive me. I don't want that. I don't want that work first. That ain't enough. I got 4 kids. These kids expensive, but I really want to quit this job and get no food stamps. But God said it ain't working, so I guess I go to work another day.
Why she decided to put this super loud, I don't know what that is. Is that a flute mixed with a I don't know what that is. Why she decided to put that type of music and she's talking extra low? I don't understand.
I don't know who noticed, who don't, who do, but food stamps aren't the same. You can't get soda with food stamps now. You can't get energy drinks with food stamps now. Little Debbie's, that honey bun, that fudge round. You can't get you can't do that anymore with food stamps. There's other stuff they cut out too, but those are just the ones off the top of my head. So I'm gonna insert a picture of what this sheet said from like this random corner store.
Let's take a look at this. So it says, starting today, 4/20/2026, there's no sodas or energy drink and candy for EBT. Thank you, Charlie's Market.
But if you go to Winn-Dixie's or Walmart, there's like a longer list of things like you won't be able to get any more food stamps. So be aware of that.
Motherfucking morning, the food stamps end at midnight. The food stamps end at midnight. Girl, the food stamps ended on Monday. Girl, the food stamps end in 30 minutes. Girl, the food stamps end in 30 minutes. Y'all.
So his caption is about the Florida snap. They've made a lot of regulations and changes as far as what you can get on the food stamps. A lot of times it's going to be based off the state, right? The government makes federal regulations, but in most cases it's actually up to each individual state, county, whatever the case, as far as how they're going to actually adopt those things and whether or not they adopt them a lot of times. Y'all, let's just get back into it though. Before we do, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also if you could hype the video.
How do people get emergency food stamps? Because I went today in person specifically to try and get emergency food stamps, and I need a new card. And they told me they don't have an appointment until Monday. And I'm like, okay, great. That's very helpful. Like, I don't need that right now. I literally told them too, like, this is an emergency situation. Like, her dad left us. He don't have any money. We're never get child support from him. So, like, I need some kind of financial help right now until I get steady income. Because, you know, it's very stressful. Like, seriously. We don't have food. Most of my family is struggling financially now because of this man. How do people get emergency food stamps? It don't matter now because shit's closed for the weekend and you don't have to wait till Monday. But yeah, shit is just fucking wild out here, dude. Like, why? I don't understand that. But you can be homeless and they don't give it to you? Like, what? I don't know. That's just really strange to me. I don't like that. And yeah, I guess I'll have to sell some fucking clothes now or something to Plato's Closet and get fucking 5 cents for my $50 shirt. Oh my gosh. That was so bad. I sold all my shoes. I sold $300 worth of shoes the other day for fucking $50 because I needed money so bad. But the one pair of shoes she gave back to me and she said, these are worth way too much money. We cannot sell these. So, you know, that's a slippery slope, those shoes though. So I don't know if I'm going to sell those or not. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Because I really need that money. That'd be some good money to have, but I don't know. Like, yeah. I gotta figure something else out. Somebody get a haircut tomorrow. I don't fucking know. Yeah. Speaking into existence. Give me a $20 tip. Somebody. Yeah, because literally I could make $20 last all weekend. Like, that'll be fine.
Did she say her baby's father made her whole family broke? Hold on.
How do people get... We don't have food. Most of my family is struggling financially now because of this man.
Yeah, she said that. I'm curious. Are we allowed to be curious about certain things? Because I'm curious. That's your baby's father. You said that he left y'all, which is unfortunate. But what I'm curious about is, what did you see in him that led you to procreate with him? Can we ask that? I'm curious. Like, what were the traits? What were the characteristics? Because you said your entire family's broke now because of him, which kind of gives me indication that he had been siphoning resources from your family as well, possibly you. But, you know, if your hair is any indication, what that could indicate is that you may have a proclivity for chaos. That's what that could indicate. That's what I see. Because now it sounds like you're going to have to be doing the single mother thing, and you're going to have to get a job. And you're definitely going to have to dye that back the way that it was supposed to be. It's not going to be very much respectable careers that's going to allow you to come work with them or for them like that. But it just seems chaotic. Seems very chaotic. So why, if you live a chaotic life, then everything in your circumstances is probably going to be chaotic, including the men that you choose to deal with. And that can work vice versa, right? So what did you see in him that made you decide to bear his child is ultimately what I want to understand. And what did you see within your current financial situation, your current life situation, to where you thought it was a good idea to go ahead and start having kids? These are the type of things we need to know, because you're saying you got this emergency come up and it's everybody else's problem. So we got some questions.
400,000 people just lost the ability to eat, and y'all still clapping? So Arizona just cut off SNAP benefits for 400,000 people. And not because the need disappeared. It's all because that big, beautiful budget bill that was passed showed up with a bill of its own. See, everybody loves the idea of being self-sufficient, until self-sufficient means figuring out dinner with no help, no cushion, and the price is still climbing. Now, folks are being told to go work more while jobs ain't paying enough. Gas still high, groceries are disrespectful, and applications are getting denied even though people qualify. So let me connect the dots for you. Your country got money for bombs. Your country got money for bailouts. But somehow it ran out of money for food. Okay. And see, here's the part that people don't want to hear. Arizona ain't special, y'all. It's a preview. So I need to know for millions of Americans out there, when your safety net disappears, what's your plan? Because this ain't the first time, and it ain't going to be the last. 400,000 people just lost the ability to eat. And y'all...
Well, let's address that since it replayed. She said 400,000 people just lost the ability to eat. Really? They just lost the ability to eat, huh? Because words mean things. We got to start paying attention to what we're saying. They just lost the ability to eat. Well, if 400,000 people just lost the ability to eat, then they ain't going to have no need for food stamps. Food stamps ain't going to do them no good if they don't have the ability to eat. They're going to they're going to have to get some type of IV put in them because they don't have the ability to eat. They can't eat. It's not physically possible. They don't have the ability to eat. So apparently now there's some sorcery or something going on where it's snatching up your ability to eat. Next thing you know, if this keeps up, People are going to lose the ability to breathe. But ultimately, listen, she actually made some good points. And she actually said a lot of things that are happening in the economy. And that's very real. That's very real. It's really happening. It's hard to find jobs. That was one thing she said. A lot of applications being denied. Food prices is high. She's right. Listen, when you're right, I'm gonna give it to you. Food prices, it's crazy. Hopefully that'll come down. Now that people aren't going to be buying all the junk food. And, layoffs, they're happening too. So I'm gonna give her that. She's right. But ultimately, what's gonna have to start happening?
What's up, BB family?
Hold on. Well, let me finish my thought before we get into watch me use EBT food stamps. Damn, there's $6,000 on groceries for my 6 babies at Walmart. Okay, well, but yeah, she brought up some great things, and that's why this is not the time to be sabotaging your own self. Like the other young lady, when I was asking, what made you think you're ready in this economy to procreate with a bum? Worse than a bum. It sounds like he actually extracts from other people. So he's not just a bum on his own. He's actually still basically siphoning off of everybody that comes in contact with him. What made you think you was ready to have a baby, and then what made you have a baby with a bum in this environment, in this landscape? I don't understand this. But people are making these decisions when we already know things are bad enough as it is. So that has to be addressed as well.
I'm here with my 6 children, and we're at Walmart. I'm here to get a couple. We have 7. Julie, she fell and got a boo-boo. That's why she's upset. We have Jordan, Nico, Janaya, and Jeremiah. We're all here. All right, BB family. So we went ahead and got a 40-pack of water bottles. That right there is, how much is the 40-pack, guys? There's no price on here. We'll find out when we get to the front. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and scan this with the one.
6 kids, you're going to need more than that. You're going to need about three or 4 of those, because I run through those so quick. So I know you got 6 kids and you, unless they need to be drinking water. All y'all need to be drinking water. So you need to get some more. I know they suck to carry.
Walmart ad to see exactly how much it costs. All right, so that 40-pack was $5.47. Let's keep going. Hey family, we love these juices. These are Minute Maid juices. They're $1.97. Which one you want? Watermelon. Okay, Nico wants the watermelon. There you go, Nico. And then I'm also going to get the berry punch. The berry punch is my favorite. All right, BB family, so I'm so sick and tired of caramel creamer, and I see they have these new International Delights right here. They have sweet and spicy. Nah, I'm definitely not gonna do that. But they have this raspberry champagne. So we're gonna try this one, and this one here is $3.77. This is what it is.
How you do little things is how you do big things. How you do little things is how you do big things. See, little decisions like this, and then they exacerbate out to bigger decisions. This girl got the Paris Hilton raspberry champagne to put in some coffee. That sounds disgusting. That is a horrible decision. And that's probably why that extends into other horrible decisions that she probably makes. Because that's a horrible decision. I'm being a little facetious. But that sounds gross.
All right, next we need some milk. We're gonna go ahead and get the 1%. Okay, 1%. Let's get 2 of them. Those gallons are $2.74 each. We found the clearance section, so we're gonna go ahead and see what's here in the 2. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get these vanilla milk. I think I'm gonna grab one more packet. Now they're antagonizing the baby to make him keep crying, and we got just about everything. All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab these Doritos Ranch $3.97. And we're gonna go ahead and get. And another thing, for the people who work at the Department of Social Services, aka the food stamp office, stop being nasty and rude to people.
I be seeing that too much. Y'all be being nasty and rude to people when they coming in there checking up on their food stamp application, they TANF, whatever they checking up on. Y'all be nasty as hell to them people. Y'all need to stop that. We did not choose that job career for y'all. Y'all chose it. Just because you don't want to be at work, that don't mean be rude and nasty to people. You should have chose another one. And another thing.
EBT theft affect you? Yeah, you gonna want to hear this. So after a month of not having no EBT, this is the day before they turn on. I did not go to a food bank. I did not go to get any type of aid. I worked my behind off DoorDasher. I have 4 kids, so I have to do flexible things. So today we needed some type of groceries to bridge us over till tomorrow. I got the Food Lion French fries, $2.99. I got the Food Lion mini bagels, $1.99. I got a little treat for myself while I'm driving, seaweed, 99 cents. Closeout sale. This is the only sunflower butter my children eat. This was a closeout sale for $2.59, I think. Got that. Pinto beans. Not really used to pinto beans, but guess what? I'm about to make some today, 99 cents. And I needed dishwasher pods. Yeah, you're going to say, well, why didn't you just wash the dishes? Because I didn't feel like washing the dishes. I've been working, making $100 a day for 2 weeks. Door dashing. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
don't feel like washing dishes. I'm going
uh-uh,
home, putting my
uh-uh,
feet up. Thanks, Food Lion.
uh-uh.
EBT.
No. You don't get that luxury. You got 4 kids. You got to make something happen. Because I would argue that's not going to be sustainable for very long. It sounds like you're driving a lot. You got a lot of overhead too. Gas is through the roof right now. So that is a cost, direct cost, as well as are you factoring in the depreciation on your car? That's a real thing. And so you got to be setting aside a portion, a designation of those funds so that you can account for when you're going to have certain repairs, as well as you really just wearing it down to the point to where you'll eventually just have to get another one. I'm sure you don't have a brand new car, right? So I say that to say that's ultimately not sustainable. You're not going to be able to keep doing that for the long term. So what I would want to see is like, I get it. It's a viable option to get you out of a bind for the time being. But what is the plan to be able to do something different and do something more maintainable, more sustainable for you and your kids so that you can be comfortable, right? These apps, these gig apps, they get more and more saturated every day. Every time there's 20,000 layoffs that come through, what do you think they're going to? The gig apps. That's going to directly affect you and directly affect what they have to pay you, as well as just anything could happen. They could go away tomorrow. Then what are you going to do? It's just not sustainable. People need to be choosing something with a more long-term vision instead of just doing the easy thing for right now that allows them to have their schedule and work comfortably. That's not going to work when you have 4 kids.
The whole food stamp system really don't make sense to me because you're applying because you need food. You need more assistance for food, cash, medical, and you're getting denied or approved by a motherfucker who could be having a good or bad day. Like, you could get on the phone with the representative, they could be having a really fucking bad day. You could say the wrong thing, one wrong thing, and they just go, oh, nope, you don't, you denied. And how the fuck can you tell people when they don't need enough money for food? How the fuck are you going to tell somebody because they don't work 40 hours in a week and they're slaving over and bending over backwards that they can't get more than $100 in food stamps?
Oh.
It just don't make sense. I just don't think that makes sense. Like, it needs to be a better system. It can't be people sitting on the phone with you having a good or bad day and then saying, yeah, you don't got it. Yeah, you got it. You don't got it. The fuck? And mind you, some representatives get on the phone like they giving their own money out. Bitch, just approve me.
No. It don't work like that. Well, first off, what do you think they are? You think they're just Thanos of the food stamp government assistance office? You think they just got supreme power? Or do you think that there are certain policies, certain confines that they have to stay within, right? And basically, they're just factoring you based off the equation that they were given. And that's how they come up with what you're able to get. You're able bodied, and it sounds like you're choosing not to work because of the way that you view it. And you view it as slavery or whatever the case. And so you're making the executive decision that you're just not going to partake and you're just not going to participate. Okay. Well, if you make that decision, then you got to come with everything that comes with that. Hey, boss up. Do your thing. Listen. I can be like that sometimes. Sometimes I just say what I'm not going to do. But guess what? I'm finna do. I'm going to be responsible for everything. And it's the earnest is going to be on me to make that up with however I can. Not to then try to be like, but I need help though. I can, but how I'm not, you're basically saying I'm not going to partake or participate in this over here, but y'all still got to make sure I can survive. Y'all still got to help me. No, we already have it laid out. Get a job, but you don't want to participate in that. You want to be in opposition to the conventional route. So since you want to do unconventional means, you don't get to just still get your whole life paid for. What do you think this is?
No food stamps, no problem. Let me show you how I feed my family of 9 on a $40 budget. I have some steak, more steak, some broccoli.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna make some steak today. I already got the ribeye thawed out.
Some corn, and some red potatoes. Y'all already know what time it is.
It's gotta be the longest crush ever. If I ever get the
Hey, she kind of threw down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I had to skip around because she had some music playing. So, I didn't want my video to get copyrighted. But not bad. Not bad. I like my steak though. I like it seared and I like it to have a nice little crust on it. But aside from that, she was able to do some decent flavors, it looks like. But yeah, this is getting out of control, right? Back to the woman who she just doesn't want to work. She just feels like that's going to be slavery and I'm not subjecting myself to it. That's how you think about everybody else. Because funny enough, if they don't work, then where do the funds come from that then are able to fund you being able to get some free money? It comes from people who are doing the slavery thing that you're basically saying that you're not willing to do. So what do you want to contribute to? Okay, you don't feel like that is a good use of your time? They gave you options. You can volunteer as well. But see, she'll really look at that as slavery. Giving back to some people in need, even though she's somebody in need. She would still look at that as slavery because she would be like, y'all don't pay me for this. Right? So what do you want to do? Because you want things for free. You want some help when you need it. You have the option to go volunteer your time. And then you would still get the benefits as if you was working. You can either work the hours that they say, or you can volunteer. It's literally that simple. But see, none of those work. She just wants it for free because that's what she used to. And she just feels entitled. And she just feels like she should get it. No. You're lost. And things aren't moving like that anymore. So you're going to have to make the adjustments. And you're going to have some urgency. Because there's a lot of things going on out here. And you don't want to get left behind. Especially you're young. You don't have any excuse. But we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows the points. And since I am a smaller content creator, we actually get more points per hype. So it was designed for smaller channels. And your points actually go further when you support smaller channels. And also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.